We're live over here. Come on in. Let's make another cup of moat coffee. Well, when I was verbally fucking Ernie, I didn't get a chance to elaborate on more I was wanting to. It's crack 42. What up, though? What up, though? What up? Ernie lied and I called him out and I proved it. Ernie, you lied. And I would love to make Kevin/Curran. If anybody can hook me up with Kevin/Curran, I want to know about this Charles Bronson owned Colt 45 pistol, silver. Big silver Colt 45. And Ernie, I was fixing to come back on your panel and keep asking you about that. And when I started bringing it up, ironically, you quit. Well, I mean, you confided in me enough to tell me that right in front of my woman the other night. I got a witness that he told me that. I got a witness, like right here, that he told me all this here, but I'm telling y'all, on Larry Hoover, on Chevy Shell, free Chevy Shell. Ernie, you lying motherfucker. Where was I sitting? Right here or right on the porch? And I was on FaceTime and I was like, man, I already talked for like ever. And he can prove it on Messenger just as well as I can. And I was like, tell me about Kevin Curran. I was working the angle of basically fuck Blaine Katie. You know what I mean? I was like, shout out Blaine Katie. I was working the angle of why is Katie wrecking on this dude like this? Why is Katie wrecking on you over this Kevin Curran individual? And I was trying to get information. And he told me that they was in Cumberland racing cars, and that motherfucker went to blow his head off with the Colt 45 owned by Charles Bronson. And he stopped this dude, woman, whatever, from taking Kevin from taking his life. And when he was carrying, he said, you remember the people that Margaret was talking about up in Kaywood? And I went with it and I worked him. I went with it and I worked him. And he started telling me about taking Kevin when Kevin was carrying up to Peter and Piles, another local transvestite, well-known, the most well-known transvestite in Harlan, Hillary, and making money, and to two drug dealers that I can't say their names. Oh, I'm pissing in the floor, Donna. Oh, Ernie, I'm pissing all over it. Hang on, I'm taking my medicine. What up, Ty? Y'all come on in. Every soldier's got a story to tell. Ernie, I busted your shit bag wide open calling the Huddle House. I called 606-573-4900. And I asked two different individuals if you was there. So down in Austin, Texas, about 2 nights ago, me and Ernie was talking on FaceTime right here. I told him murder was in the feds. I was fucking with him. And I was asking him. My boo even helped work him for real on Larry. And I got him to talk about Kevin/Curran. And he was talking about back in the 03 era, 03-04 era, of how him and Kevin was running around and people was racing cars. And Kevin got mad and tried to blow his head off. and I think in a Mustang. And fucking Ernie talked him out of blowing his head off. And Ernie was like, and get this, he had a Charles Bronson owned Colt 45 pistol, and I think it was silver or gray. We'll just go with silver gray, whatever color you want to call it. And he said that he talked this motherfucker out of killing herself with a fucking Colt 45 owned by Charles Bronson. Yeah. What's up, sunshine? I ain't seen you in a minute. I ain't seen nobody in a minute. What's up, Mopar? Message me. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Tiger Tactics. Sorry about that. I kicked myself out. So yeah, Ernie, you lying son of a bitch. You told me sitting out here, snuggled up to my pretty Appalachian snow bunny, and you sat here and told me about that when you was telling me about doing the lucid dream stuff. And Ernie, I kicked myself out, Donna. Y'all get them memberships, hit them super chats, hit them cash apps, hit them PayPals, likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, all that. Ernie, why did you avoid and jump over right when I started dropping that in the chat? See, when I first started watching you, I was just drinking coffee, wreck, and chilling. And I seen you lied about being in the portal, so I called you out on that. Then I called you out on being at the fucking Huddle House. And then after that, I was waiting to call you out more like I did last night on the Kevin Curran shit. I was waiting and waiting to, I was fixing to peel you. And then you left as soon as I dropped it in the chat, by God. You ass banging line, son of a bitch. Tell us about the Charles Bronson owned Colt 45. Now, Ernie said he was at the Ernie said he was at the Huddle House in Harlan, a family-owned business. After they said he was at the portal in Harlan. Listen, it's the Huddle House in Harlan. Is Ernie Shell up there working or eating? Ernie, the horse shell is not here. All right, that's all I wanted to know. He told me to come have a good burger. If I was going to have a good burger, it wouldn't be with his HIV ass in there. All right, that's all I needed to know. It's Crack 40 TV. Yes, Graham. Graham, I'm assuming you're talking about the tip when I went on that mission. Yes, the tip that I got went to gas and contributed to my Appalachian Snow Bunnies meal at the first ever Kentucky Fried Chicken. Thank you. Anybody else got a mission you want me to go on? Let me know. You got a commercial you want done, Harlan County? Let me know. I got a bunch of commercials. I got to go make some today. You heard me? The commissary. Anderson's Detail. May Street, Fairview. Jared Nunley Reynolds. 606-527-35756. Where else is it? The commissary's ice cream. Raina's refreshments truck, food truck. Starbucks at the Food City. I got all these places I got to go to make appearances at for free. But I don't care to do it for free bit. But I'm going to start making an appearance. I'm going to have to pay a motherfucker sometimes. Lisa K, we busted his shit bag. Ernie, tell us about a Charles Bronson owned. How did Kevin / Curran get a hold of a Colt 45 owned by Charles Bronson from Death Wish? How? How did that happen? How did Kevin, and whatever happened to the Charles Bronson 19, Colt 45? Hey, I'd like to have that actually. I'd like to have a gun owned by Charles Bronson. Charles Bronson. If you'd like to have a gun owned by Charles Bronson, drop a lightning bolt in the chat, by God. Ernie said he used to run with Tony Steele and them and Dole Smith. And he told me some drug dealers that I knew from back then in that era that he told me he took Curran to two people I know and pimped Curran out. And if I said their names, you best believe it don't matter if 41 people's watching or 4,000, somebody would tell me. Granny ain't called me today. She ain't called Ashley, so I guess she's okay. She ain't. Look, I ain't go to bed till 5 this morning. Well, I mean, I just couldn't sleep. I was up and down. I ain't wake up till 1, so I ain't heard from her. I need to call her. I gotta go out there after shortly. See, I called Ernie's hub card all the way on his location and everything. He kept trying to tell me he was here and there. He can't say that was sting. What kind of sting would that be? You just fucking straight lied, Ernie. There's no way around you. You lied, Ernie. Bad talker. Now, where'd you go now, Ernie? Hang up. Hmm. Oh, Ernie's still alive? I thought he killed that live. He is still alive, ain't he? Are you sure he's still alive? Because I refreshed my screen and it didn't show up at the top. Of
So whole week, about $1,500, $1,600. That's good money. That's real good money. That's why I start saying, hey, you know what? I'm doing it. I'm doing it good. I ain't got nowhere to put the stuff that I'm gonna accumulate. I'll just keep it in the vehicle, I guess. I'll put it in the trunk or something.
what's already okay? Let's predict. I want everybody in here. Y'all seen what Greenhouse? I studied up on what Greenhouse was talking about with Manny and that other YouTuber and get killed out there in Vegas. Hey, me and Murder was right there where that happened. Me and Murder smoked weed on 420 on that bridge, on that walkway that goes across the Vegas Strip, right where that murder happened. We stood right above where that happened in a smoke spot and smoked weed live. And I got caught up on all that there. And that's pretty crazy shit. But I forget why I was why I brought that up. But yeah, I got caught up on that YouTuber. I'm going to do some covering on that. So he really did. The YouTubers had beef over copyright beef and shit. And they went to Vegas and Sin City Manny, or whatever his name is, he went looking for me, hunted them down, and murked them. I mean, murked them. Just blip, 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 gone. See you, pilch you. Let me check something. I don't even know what the ass banger's doing.
There ain't no tunnel. Okay, so I got a bunch of long. Let's see.
Hey, he's flaming, ain't he? He's zesty. He's zesty right now.
So I ask, what kind of work do you do?
Sucks dick for money.
Let's see. Well, I'm an entertainer, baby.
You're not an entertainer. Actually, he's an entertainer. He's a mouth entertainer too. He'll entertain your mouth real cheap.
What about you?
For free.
So you ask him an open-ended question.
Ask him about Kevin and the Charles Bronson owned Colt 45. Kevin gonna blow his brains out up in Cumberland, and Ernie talked him out of it in a hostile situation on a hot summer night in 2003. After they was up there racing Mustangs. Wow. Why is he not going to respond to it? He's just going right past it, Mr. Nobody. Well, I would go on his panel, but if I did that, then I need my own content. So he can respond to these homosexuality rumors that he, are not rumors, goddamn fucking real on Larry fucking Hoover statements this nigga told me yesterday, or the night before last. We got to get them super chats up. We got to get the super chats up. Got to get the cash apps up. PayPal's, memberships. More worried about memberships and PayPal, or memberships and super chats than anything. Yeah, they ain't. I got a new membership called It's Crack 40 TV. I changed one, and yeah, Ernie, you told me that you pimped for $600. You took. I don't want to get it mixed up. Which drug dealer was it? Darryl. You come out with $600, and Curran come out with a bunch of fucking pills, but you don't want to tell us that part. If you made $600 for driving Curran to Darrell's, a drug dealer, and waiting outside, then what did Curran make? If you're telling the truth, what did you make when you took Kevin / Curran to Hillary's? Because I know Hillary. Probably ain't gonna pay a whole big bunch because Hillary had a whole clientele of men. So, what did you? What was your get back off that, Ernie? My lady can tell y'all. My lady can vouch for anything I'm telling y'all. Ernie told me that dude, Kevin slash Curran, had a fucking Charles Bronson on motherfucking pistol, a Colt 45. He can tell my boo can tell you this. The drug dealer's name I mentioned might be a fake name, might not be. So you straight ride to everybody, Ernie. What's up, everybody? Hit that like button. Yeah, Ernie, you sit right here. We talked forever the other night, and my girlfriend sat right here and heard every fucking bit of it. Flight nurse, what up? How you been? Taco Tuesday on Larry Hoover, Free Steam Murder Larry Hoover, my dog Ski. Uh, Definitely. Taco Tuesday sounds good. Mm-hmm. Did you know that Ernie told me and my girlfriend that he was with Kevin slash Curran and talked Kevin out of blowing his brains out with a Colt 45 owned by Charles Bronson? Breaking loose, Katie. Blind Katie just went live. I forget what the title was. Katie's live. But Ernie told me this. He told me he took Curran and pimped Curran out. Who I was, and I've got confused. Hillary, two drug dealers, two gay guys in Kaywood, Peter and Powell, that Margaret showed y'all. That y'all met with Margaret on here. Somewhere else, I'm high, I can't remember. My edible's kicking. So, Ernie told me all this shit the other night. Who the fuck has a Charles Bronson owned pistol? Because, I tricked Ernie. I told him murder was in the fucking feds. I told him goddamn fucking, what else was it? I was talking about blame Katie. I was wrecking on Katie just to get him to talk to me. And it was during Katie's life. And night before last, it was during her life. And Ernie talked to me. And then fucking, he told me all that stuff. So I'm glad you got you a day off. I've had a busy time since Vegas, very busy time. I'm just now starting to be able to chill out a little bit, but still we're breaking down Granny's apartment and getting rid of everything and dividing it up. Ugh, Granny's in the nursing home. It's been a struggle. It's been a real struggle. So I'm glad I can be back live when I can now. That's what I'm wondering. Crybaby. That's what I'm wondering on Larry Hooper. Flight nurse, did you see my work I did for Green Eyes last week? Going down there and proving Jimbo wrong once again. Got a thick blonde headed Appalachian snow bunny and I like a mouth. But yeah, Ernie lied about Ernie told me about all that stuff with fucking Curran and Kevin the other night. And I got a witness right here pulling in. Ernie told me all that. And I just caught him in all these goddamn lies. And hang on just a minute. This commercial break's being brought to you by Jared Nunley and Nunley Reynolds at 606-273-5756. 1 second. Okay, I'm halfway back. Have a good day, flight nurse. Enjoy your day out. Rumor has it. Yeah, it was a good job on that mission, wasn't it? What's up down in Austin, Texas? Mm. Am I back? But yeah. Ernie, you can't lie. You know that you told me that Kevin had a Colt 45 owned by Charles Bronson, the actor from Death Wish. My girlfriend, she's right here now. She can vouch for anything I'm saying, and she wouldn't lie. So, and he told me about pimping Cat Curran out to Hillary, to Peter and Paul, to Darrell, another drug dealer, somebody else. Who am I forgetting? There's so much of it. Ernie told me all that. And then last night, hustled me and tried to get me live and get me to fucking say some dumb shit. Well, I mean, what was I going to say? Keep telling him about murder being in the feds, a big lie. You know what I mean? Like, Ernie's easy to fuck with. He tried to get me last night. There wasn't nothing he could get me with. You working YouTube game. You got that right, Donna. Mm. I was supposed to go Middlesboro today and didn't. So, exactly the source of it all. He talked Kevin out of blowing his brains out with a goddamn Colt 45 owned by Charles Bronson. I mean, come on. What is it?
That one is negative. That one's negative, and that one's negative. Is that the only ones?
Well, I'd hope. mm.
I don't understand that.
I did make it possible. And if y'all have got any more ideas or want me to do anything else, let me know any way you want to. I need content for the day. What to do. I need content for like right now. You got any ideas? Goddamn. Well, Ernie, you know you're lying about Kevin/Curran, and I got a witness right here. You told me that you stopped Kevin/Curran for killing himself with a gun, a Colt 40 Patton owned by Charles Bronson, the actor from Death Wish. You got that right, flight nurse. And you told me how many people you pimped Curran out to and made money out of. And you know you did. And if one of the drug dealers surprised me, well, two of them, I slipped and said one name. But anyway, I'm going to figure out what to do for content. If y'all got anything for me to do, message me, email me, call me, whatever, let me know. I'll be back here in just a minute. I love y'all. I'm out.